Coming up on Fulton Today, election news for Fulton County voters concerning the ongoing special election. We'll have a report.
I'm Brian Robinson, and coming up, I'll explain why Fulton's Director of Registration and Elections was summoned here to the Coverdale Legislative Office building multiple times in a short period.
And a two-time Oscar nominee behaves badly while visiting a local library. That and much more starts right now on Fulton Today. Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. I'm Shania Chavis-Rucker. As state lawmakers continue the conversation about replacing Georgia's voting machines, Fulton's Registration and Elections Director goes on record about one machine that he says offers the county and its voters the best option to ensure election integrity. FGTV's Brian Robinson joins us with more on this big story. Brian?
Shania, Rick Barron was first asked to speak to the Elections Subcommittee about those machines, and just days later, he and the chair of Fulton's Board of Registration and Elections were asked to recap the 2018 elections and look ahead to the 2020 presidential election. The Coverdale Legislative Office building was like a second office for a few days over the past few weeks for Fulton's Director of Registration and Elections. When speaking in front of Fulton's delegation, Richard Barron and the county's Board of Registration and Elections chair spoke about the positive and challenges of the 2018 election. One major positive was the county opening 31 polling locations during early voting, far more than any other Georgia county. Some of the challenges discussed were voter education and where early voting can take place.
We're restricted right now by law to where we can only use polling places that are taxpayer funded. So, for example, we can go to Georgia Tech, Georgia State Metropolitan State, but we can't go to Morehouse, Spelman, and Clark Atlanta. So we're able to hit those other students, but we can't hit one of the bigger campus areas in town. And I think it's important for us to be able to go to a privately funded university the same as we do a publicly funded university.
If changes to early voting laws happen, Richard Barron envisions a time where you can vote and grocery shop at the same time.
I'm hoping for the change in early voting to at least get that passed so that we can go to grocery stores if we want for early voting, because everybody goes to the grocery store. So you can vote, you can go grocery shopping and then get in line and vote while you're there.
Richard Barron's vision also includes those shoppers using new voting machines. Prior to Georgia's House approving a switch to ballot marking devices, Fulton's elections director informed the Governmental Affairs Elections Subcommittee about the benefits of House Bill 316. According to the legislation, the bill establishes guidelines for the state's purchase of new voting machines and requests ballot marking devices over hand-marked paper ballots. House Bill 117 was discussed in both meetings. It's a bill that would allow voters to cast their vote in any precinct within their county. Though welcome, Mr. Barron says the county would need the technology that would monitor if a person tries to cast votes in multiple locations. Now, after the joint delegation meeting, the delegation and Fulton's election team said they would get together after the Georgia legislative session concludes to further discuss election concerns. Now, the delegation was also personally invited to view Fulton's elections operation. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Brian Robinson.
All right, thank you very much. Meanwhile, voting machines used in the most recent elections are also being used to determine this month's special election. This is the second week of early voting. Residents of the city of Atlanta and Hapeville will have until Friday, March 15th to cast ballots early. Now, since this is a smaller election, the Fulton County Government Center is the only place an early vote can be cast. And once again, early voting times are Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. On the March 19th election day, ballots can only be cast at designated polling locations. Now, to learn more about this election and to see the acceptable forms of ID, just go to fultonelections.com. Local business owners are given the opportunity to improve Fulton's libraries. The county's Department of Purchasing and Contract Compliance hosted an outreach event at the Alpharetta Library branch to offer business owners the opportunity to work with the county.
Fulton County has been undergoing a huge library renovation program. We have 2 companies who were issued contracts on this program today, Albion and CT Darnell. So this was kind of a community outreach to reach out to the community business owners, especially female business owners, small business owners, and minority business owners, to give them opportunities to get involved with Fulton County and getting work opportunities on these contracts that we've issued in regards to the renovation program.
With the library renovation project nearing its second phase, library officials are seeking subcontractors to handle various renovation projects for the Group 3 libraries. That's Adams Park, College Park, Adamsville Collier Heights, Cleveland Avenue, Ponce de Leon, and East Atlanta.
It's an opportunity to get not just the private dollars, but now to get public dollars too, and to be able to have, meet people on that level that you can actually get to know them, they can get to know you, so that you can develop that relationship, from an early stage. Because I'm a small company, so this is like perfect situation for me.
The Group 3 libraries will start closing later this month. To keep track of all library renovation projects, log on to afpls.org and click the Library Renovation Update icon in the middle of that page. Well, have you ever wondered just how important of a role the library plays in the community? Or have you ever wanted to see firsthand how your tax dollars are spent? Well, the class that answers those questions and gives Fulton citizens the opportunity to fill the shoes of county officials and employees, well, it's about to be in session. Here is FGTV's Daryl Carver to explain how you can be a part of this year's Fulton Citizens University.
For 15 years, Fulton County's Citizens University has strengthened the relationship between citizens and their government. Since its inception back in 2004, approximately 300 students have completed the course and come away with the knowledge of how county government works.
The importance of FCCU for our citizens is to keep abreast of the way the county functions, as we've had recent changes in our government structure. The $45 fee covers registration costs, course materials, and a graduation fee.
Citizens University is a 10-week interactive training class that meets at multiple county facilities every Thursday starting at April 11th, and whether Fulton's tax commissioner personally explains how tax dollars are being spent, or entering the 911 call center to see how emergency phone calls are handled, FCCU students see and hear things not often discussed in public. After the 10 weeks, the students who earn the required 200 credits take place in a graduation ceremony. That's when previous students share their passion about the program.
It was a great experience for someone who wanted to get a better idea of how their tax dollars are being spent at the county level.
I think that it's been a great experience, from not really caring about what's going on in the government to really understanding that the dollars that come in from these taxes really make a difference to our citizens.
Registration for this year's Citizens University class ends March 15th. Since the class is limited to 30 participants, spots are quickly filling up. If you would like to register, you can call 404-612-2201, that's 404-612-2201, or send an email to citizens.university@fultoncountyga.gov. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Daryl Carver.
Thank you very much. For those wishing to focus on law enforcement, time is running out to register for the Sheriff's Office's Citizens Academy. This class is designed to support the agency's mission to provide support and educational services to the community as a method of preventing and reducing crime. Now, some of the subjects that will be covered includes CPR and first aid, a tour of the jail, use of force, code red mask evacuations, and special units presentations.
The past participants enjoyed the hands-on experience with our tasers, the use of our tactical equipment, and the officer-involved scenarios. They were very eager to share the information with their family, friends, and the community.
The deadline to register for the 2019 Sheriff's Citizens Academy is Friday, March 29th. Classes begin April 24th, end on May 29th, and you meet once a week on Wednesdays from 6 to 8 p.m. At the conclusion of the final class, there, of course, will be a graduation. If you're interested in signing up, you can call the Fulton County Sheriff's Office's Community Outreach section at 404-612-6624 or send an email to that address shown right here. And coming up next on Fulton Today, another successful Black History Film Festival and essay contest is in the books. Details in our district by district coverage next. North Fulton leaders in the making get a lesson in government, and kids are awarded with scholarships for honoring heroes. Here's this week's district by district coverage. Chairman Rob Pitts joins the anniversary celebration for the Consulate General of Japan in Atlanta. Consul General Takasha Shinozuka is celebrating 45 years of service, and the at-large commissioner says the moment was worthy of recognizing.
Through the years, we have developed business relationships, we developed personal relationships, and I think that the future is bright. It's through these kinds of relationships that friendships, bonds, business ties all develop.
The Consulate General of Japan, Atlanta, is a diplomatic mission of Japan. The consulate's jurisdictions include Georgia, Alabama, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. District 1 Commissioner Liz Hausman plays tour guide for a group of North Fulton leaders in the making. The newest class of Leadership Johns Creek visited the Fulton County government and justice complexes. The group got a first-hand lesson in government.
They came down to tour the Capitol and tour Fulton County government, including the jail, which is always an eye-opening experience for members of the community that have not been exposed to the jail. So that's always very meaningful for these leadership groups. But it's always good to have people from all over Fulton County come in and learn a little bit about what we're doing, what our goals are, what our services are. So it's really nice to have the community come down and see firsthand what's happening in Fulton County.
The mission of the program is to energize and activate community leaders in Johns Creek. This year, Leadership Johns Creek will celebrate its 10th anniversary. The District 3 Commissioner recaps the 2019 budget now that a few weeks have passed since the official vote. While Vice Chairman Lee Morris was on the dissenting side of the 4-3 vote, there's plenty in the budget that he does approve.
The increased spending provides more services. You know, we're a very diverse county in many ways, including economics and the need for county services. Most of the folks in my district, for example, would prefer that their taxes be lowered rather than increasing any more county services. But we are a democracy, and there are needs throughout this county.
Now, as we've reported before, the $1.1 billion budget, including $719 million in the general fund, includes a number of enhancements to key Fulton County departments. District 5 wraps up another successful Black History Film Festival. During opening night, students were awarded scholarships who completed the essay competition. This first place winner from Westlake High School wrote about George Washington Carver.
We need to know more about ourselves. We're usually taught about everyone else but Black history. So I just wanted to expand upon our history.
Actor and arts activist Lamont Rucker supported the festival again this year.
Well, I mean, a combination of not just some of the great, last year it was I'm Not Your Negro. This year it's the Maynard documentary. You never know what other incredible cinema and film work is going to happen here and going to be available here. But in particular, I have to be honest, those who already know me and are familiar with my work and a lot of the other things that I do, in particular off screen, is my affinity, love, and advocacy of children, and in particular, advocating for the arts.
Commissioner Arrington is the executive sponsor of the county's All People Are Culturally Enriched strategic priority area.
We want to make sure that our students are being fully engaged, but we do the Unsung Hero contest every year because we want them to learn about other Black history figures outside of Martin Luther King, outside of Rosa Parks. We want to, frankly, have them inform us about a Black history figure that we don't know about.
The festival kicked off with the film titled Maynard, which is a look at the journey of Atlanta's first African-American mayor, Maynard Holbrook Jackson. And still to come on Fulton Today, Fulton residents get the mental health help they need and in the process, get a second chance at freedom. Stay with us, everybody. Fulton's Justice Partners celebrate the third class of graduates who successfully completed mental health court. FGTV's Melissa Lewis has more on their journey and the program.
And so what I'm presenting you today is your certificate of completion.
One by one, these newest graduates of the Fulton County Magistrate Court Mental Health Court were applauded for sticking to a program that Justice Partners say can change their lives.
So our first graduation in October, we had 3 people. Our second graduation in December, we had 7 people. Today we had 10 people. 10 people whose records have been cleared, who have been restored back into the community as full citizens. This is a huge win for Fulton County.
And a huge win for the participants who once found themselves on the wrong side of the law with a misdemeanor, like Alana Davis, who was facing a battery charge, but who really needed medication, direction, and support.
The program helped me by situating my housing, making sure I'm on my medication, making sure I had ways to get to court, making sure I'm able to transition with my anger, controlling the anger problems. They been focused on my GED program, make sure I get to where I need to be at the same time, and helping me use my coping skills.
Let's just give you all a round of applause.
The Mental Health Court is one of many accountability court programs in the Fulton County justice system and supported by all of the elected and appointed officials. It's a program also supported by parents who go through the process with their children, no matter the age, like Paul Simon's mother, who is thankful for the caseworkers who guided her and her son in the process.
And without this program, period, I think it's humongous because many times they would put them in jail with no kind of recourse or follow-up, and that would be the end. So I'm so grateful to this program.
While the chief judge says the program is seeing real progress, it too still has a need for housing options for their clients.
And so I say to anyone that is out there that is interested in helping support this court that we are always looking for housing. Housing is one of our biggest needs, as well as additional supports for our participants.
So as the call for community partners is being made, there's also a call for more participants who fit the criteria for the program. To get more information on either, contact the Magistrate Court Administrator's Office. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Melissa Lewis.
Thanks, Melissa. A mob of people invade downtown Atlanta in the name of heart health.
1, 2, 3, hit it!
This was the Flashmob that performed at Woodruff Park and the 5 Points MARTA station in observance of the final days of the National Health Heart Month. The performers had 2 days of rehearsals to perfect the routine.
We're giving out hearts, we're giving out different bracelets with healthy messaging, just to bring attention to heart disease.
I think that it's important for people to know that there's simple things that they can do and incorporate into their lives to be healthier and to have healthier hearts.
Now the team from the Board of Health gave out heart-shaped stress balls. Heart disease is the leading cause of death for men and women in the United States. Every year, 1 in 4 deaths are caused by heart disease. And here's another reminder about the free tax filing services available for seniors. The AARP Foundation Tax Aid Program is being offered at a number of county facilities. This session was at the Darnell Senior Multipurpose Facility. Seniors do not have to have an AARP card or be a member to participate.
They should expect a concise, correct return. And all we ask is that their income be under $50,000. They have no rental property on their return, and that they have proper ID.
I'm about service, and I see the need, so I enjoy doing this to help people, and the people that we help are so appreciative. So it's just a win-win for everyone.
The volunteers are trained and IRS certified.
I really enjoyed it. It's very convenient, not far from my house, and I really do appreciate not having to pay, and the people are very nice.
The free tax filing help is being offered at various times and locations. Call 1-888-227-2669 or visit the AARP Foundation website for details. And still to come on Fulton Today, actor Will Smith leaves behind signs of his visit to the Buckhead Library. We've got that story for you. Come on back. And finally, actor Will Smith sets the internet on fire after vandalizing the Buckhead Library during his recent movie production.
We're at the Buckhead Library. We're shooting, so the place is closed. And they just had stuff around like that. It just feels like a perfect opportunity for library vandalism. I'm gonna put my signature on and stick them back.
This is the video the two-time Oscar nominee posted on his Instagram and Twitter accounts. The actor is in town filming the third installment of Bad Boys film franchise. While taking a break from filming a scene in the Buckhead Library, Will Smith started signing copies of his movies. After discovering the stunt, library officials quickly retrieved the signed DVD copies and transferred them to the Auburn Avenue Library for preservation.
So he autographed about 9 DVDs, and the DVDs that we had on display, like I said, for Black History Month. The DVDs are now, because they have become much more valuable to us with his signature, we'll move to the Auburn Avenue Research Library into our special collection so that we can display it from time to time at the library's gallery. Also have it available for people to take a look if they so choose. We should commend the Buckhead staff for taking the time to not only create the display and have the foresight to have his films here on display when they were filming. Hopefully that kind of triggered the idea for them, but also with the fun they've had since. They put up a wanted poster of Mr. Smith saying that he was armed with a Sharpie. So it was, they just had a lot of fun with it, and we've had a lot of visitors come through and take a look at the display, and have just really enjoyed the publicity that we've received from all of this.
Bad Boys 3, better known as Bad Boys for Life, is expected to hit theaters in January. This movie is just one of many that has worked with the county's film office on a production at a county venue. And before we go, our reminder that FGTV wants to connect with you online. Be sure to follow FGTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for up-to-date Fulton County news. You can watch a replay of this show and any other FGTV program anytime on our YouTube channel, so please subscribe. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. I'm Shania Chavis-Rucker. Thanks so much for watching. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.